What's up, Golden Valley?
Hey, students.
How we doing today? Hey, I'm Terrell Thomas. This is my friend, Greg Gunther, former USC Trojans. I played for the New York Giants for 6 years. He played for the Tennessee Titans for 4 years.
And we're here at Golden Valley High School to launch Project Ironman.
And for the next 12 weeks, we will be presenting 12 key words that we think are beneficial to you guys on and off the field.
This week's word is sacrifice.
Really resonated with you?
Man, sacrifice, it's so deep thinking about the word sacrifice, because everything in this world, everything in life, it comes with a cost. You think about, if you want a car, you can buy a Tahoe, and that costs this much. You can buy a Range Rover, it's going to cost a little bit more. And so in order to get the Range Rover, you're going to have to sacrifice more than if you want to buy the Tahoe. And it just reminds me of, in high school, I think the greatest lesson about sacrifice I learned playing football on the high school team is my first year playing freshman football. And we're up by about 5 points, and there's 3 seconds to go in the game. Last game of the season. We win the game, we're undefeated. And so you think about your 9th grade, you're feeling good about yourself. You have these bragging rights on campus, like, we're undefeated, we haven't lost the game. And so the coach calls a play and says, look, we're going to toss the ball to the running back. Running back, I just want you to run 3 seconds off. And when the clock hits 0, I want you to throw the ball as high as you can and throw it out of the end zone. And then it will be a safety. They only get 2 points instead of, getting the 5 points that they were up by. So he runs the ball. He's running back and forth after the quarterback pitches it to him. He throws the ball in the air. But the guy didn't throw the ball out of the end zone like he was supposed to. He just threw it up in the air, comes down, he starts celebrating, the whole team starts celebrating, and the defense jumps on the ball, their team, runs into the end zone, scores a touchdown. Our undefeated season gone. So we're feeling bad. Coach calls us up at the end of the game, just like every single football team does. They give out pennies or quarters or say, great game, good hit. And the coach said, what you guys failed to realize today is how to finish. And he said, but I'm going to teach you how to finish tonight. I said, every single one of you guys, when you go home after the game, after you shower, eat dinner, do your homework, I want you guys to do push-ups. And everybody's groaning, Coach, I don't want to do push-ups. Come on, don't make me do push-ups. He said, I want you all to do 100 push-ups because I want you to know what it's like to finish. So I go home, I eat dinner, take a shower, and we're in the living room. It's me and my mom in the living room at the time. And I get down on the floor, and I'm starting to do my push-ups, and my mom looks at me and she goes, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm doing push-ups. Coach said we wanted us to do push-ups tonight because we couldn't finish the game. And I go, 10 push-ups. And I had to do 10 sets of 10 back then, right? You don't have any muscles. You don't have nothing. So I'm doing my push-ups. I finally get to 100. I go to bed. And the first thing I wanted to do when I got to school the next day is I want to ask my friends, because you got the place in the hallway. So I'm going around with my boys. I'm like, hey, man, how many push-ups you do? First guy goes like, man, I did like 60. Next guy goes, I did 50. Next guy goes, I did 20. A couple guys were like, I didn't do any. I'm not doing that. Why? Coach wasn't there at my house. And I remember at that day that it showed me exactly the key to success in life and what I believe is, and it's sacrifice. Because you have to be willing to do the things in life others aren't willing to do.
That is true. And
so I live by this quote and this saying that work how others won't so you can live how others can't. And so what that means is that the whole sacrifice aspect of what are you willing to do in order to obtain that goal, accomplish that goal, that dream, that task that other people aren't willing to do. And whether it's on a football field, you have to sacrifice more than your opponent. You have to sacrifice more than your competition, whether it's running wind sprints, whether it's going to film study more, whether it's going to class. Other people aren't going to class. Maybe it's putting in more time. So for me, the word sacrifice is everything. It's finding out what other people aren't willing to do, and then you master that. And that day in 9th grade, I figured out, okay, the secret of success in my life is going to be whatever I want to accomplish in life, find out what other people don't want to do or hate about that, and become very, very, very comfortable with doing it. Right. And so, and it's helped me in football, whether it was sacrificing my body to play on special teams, sacrificing my summer vacations, family vacations, holidays, sacrificing those things for the outcome. You know, there's two types of pain in life, and I always say, there's pain of sacrifice and there's pain of regret. And one lasts for a moment, and one's gonna last forever. You know, I've never heard anybody who's achieved a level of success, they've never gotten to the point in their life where they've always wanted to get to, and they look back and go, dang it, I wish I wouldn't have worked so hard, and I wish I wouldn't have sacrificed so much for that. But on the opposite side, there's people who get to a certain point in their life and they're like, I wish I would have worked a little bit harder. I wish I would have sacrificed a little bit more. I wish I would have took it a little bit more serious as I was going on this journey. And the word sacrifice to me is everything. You might not be the most talented, you might not be the smartest person in the class, you might not be the best person on the football team as far as talent-wise and God-given abilities and gifts, but if you're willing to sacrifice the most, then it's going to take you a lot further than being on the football team, getting that good grade in class. Sacrifice is something that you can use for the rest of your life. And it's something that this generation and kids in high school, even adults and people my age, that they don't get it. You have to sacrifice here and now for what you want later. You know, we talk about money all the time, investment. If I'm gonna invest 10 grand right now, I'm expecting a return. I might not be able to spend this 10 grand today or in a month or even in a year, but maybe in 2 years or 5 years, that 10 grand might turn to 20. And was it worth it to miss out on the ability to spend that 10 grand so that you can come out on the other end with 20 grand or 15 grand or whatever it is? You have to ask yourself the question, what am I willing to give up in order to achieve that?